Here's what's coming up in today's video. 22 budget-friendly spots in Ho Chi Minh City that range from completely free to under $5, including temples where you can witness centuries of history, street food that earned Michelin recognition, and markets where locals shop but most tourists never find. I'll give you the exact timing for each location, tell you how long to spend there, and share the insider tips that make all the difference. First up, we're heading to a cafe that's been serving the same family recipe since the 1930s. Most tourists head straight to those trendy Instagram cafes you see all over social media. But locals know about Cho To Cafe at 216 Bib Gourmand in District 1. This tiny place looks almost forgotten from the outside. You might walk right past thinking it's closed, but step inside and you'll find a family business that's been serving the same recipe since 1938. This cafe survived French colonial rule, the Vietnam War, and all the modern development around it while keeping coffee under $1. They still use the same ceramic cups from decades ago and brew with traditional robusta beans using methods passed down through 3 generations. The slow drip fin filter creates that perfect bittersweet taste that Vietnamese coffee is famous for. Visit between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. when the regulars show up for their morning ritual. Spend 30 minutes here and you'll experience real Saigon coffee culture for less than a Starbucks drink cost back home. Speaking of authentic local food that tourists usually overpay for, let's head over to the sandwich shop that broke the internet. You've probably seen those massive Vietnamese sandwiches all over social media, but most people don't know they're paying tourist prices at the wrong places. Banh Mi Huynh Hoa is the original spot that made banh mi famous online, and it's actually cheaper than the copycat stalls. Finding it requires knowing exactly where to look though. What makes their banh mi different is the homemade pâté they prepare fresh daily. The bread-to-filling ratio is perfect, and they stuff it so full it barely closes. That's how you know you're getting the real deal. Visit between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. when the bread is freshest. Spend 15 minutes in line and you'll get the authentic experience while saving money. For under $3, you get the same sandwich food bloggers rave about. Tourist guidebooks mention Ben Thanh Market for street food, but locals laugh because they know the real food streets that serve better meals for half the price. Ho Thi Ki in District 10, Ben Nha in District 1, and Vinh in District 4 look chaotic and intimidating to first-time visitors. But they hold the key to authentic Vietnamese cuisine. Ho Thi Ki comes alive after 6 p.m. with fresh seafood prepared in traditional Vietnamese styles. Ben Nha serves breakfast pho at dawn when vendors set up for early risers. Vin specializes in late-night snacks that cost under $3. Locals follow unwritten rules here. Point at what others are eating instead of trying to read Vietnamese menus. Look for the busiest stalls since crowds mean quality and fresh ingredients. Spend 2 to 3 hours exploring these streets in the evening when they come alive. You'll eat like a local for $5 to $8 total, and discover flavors that expensive restaurants try to recreate. Some of these street food experiences have actually gained international recognition. Most people think Michelin recognition means expensive dining, but Ho Chi Minh City's Bib Gourmand list includes street stalls where meals cost under $5. These Michelin-recognized spots often look exactly like regular street food stalls, and many tourists walk past them without realizing they're eating at award-winning establishments. Bo Kogan serves their legendary beef stew that's been perfected since 1975. Their Bo Kodak beef features ribs, tendon, flank, and beef balls in rich broth. Pho Mien Ga Ki Dong specializes in chicken noodle soup, while Pho Phuong offers traditional pho that locals have loved for generations. Nha Tu, Team Cum Ta Truyen Ki, and Vai Quay Kitchen earned recognition through consistency, quality ingredients, and family recipes passed down through generations. Visit between 11 a.m. 2 p.m. or 6 to 8 p.m. when they're busiest. Spending 45 minutes at each gives you Michelin quality meals for the price of a single appetizer at tourist restaurants. Next up, let's check out another uniquely Vietnamese coffee innovation. While the world knows Vietnamese iced coffee, locals have been perfecting a creamy, dessert-like coffee drink that most tourists never discover. Egg coffee sounds strange to Western palates, and many visitors hesitate to try it, missing out on one of Vietnam's most ingenious culinary innovations. This drink was invented during milk shortages when cafes needed alternatives to dairy. Little Hanoi egg coffee and Café Trung 3 tea have perfected the technique of whipping egg yolks with condensed milk until they become thick and frothy. This mixture gets layered over strong Vietnamese coffee, creating the perfect contrast. The texture feels like drinking a coffee-flavored cloud that's simultaneously rich and light, sweet but not overwhelming. Visit between 2 to 5 p.m. when these cafes are less crowded. Spend 30 minutes savoring this $1.50 Sao drink, and you'll understand why it's becoming Vietnam's next coffee export. This unique drink represents the broader coffee culture that defines Saigon's social life. Next up on our list is cafe hopping through 6 spots that show how Saigon's cafe culture goes far beyond coffee. Business deals happen here, friendships form, and you can understand the city's rhythm. Tourists often stick to Western-style coffee shops, missing the diverse local cafe scene that ranges from vintage nostalgia to modern minimalism. So Cafe offers Instagram-worthy aesthetics with spacious layout and modern European decor. Team Cafe Saigon Sua brings vintage Saigon atmosphere with retro wooden chairs, boxy TVs, and cassette players. Cafe Den Da takes a traditional approach with neon signs, simple wooden tables, and old-school tunes from the 90s. Cafe Cho To, King Koi Coffee, and Cafe Vun Chim each represent different aspects of how Saigon residents use cafes as social spaces. Plan 3 or 4 hours cafe hopping between 9 a.m. 12 p.m. or 3 to 6 p.m. For under $10 total, you'll experience how coffee shapes daily life in Ho Chi Minh City. These social interactions happen in the city's famous markets too. Our next budget spot is the Market Triangle, where most tourists hit Ben Thanh Market and call it done. But locals know that combining 3 different markets gives you the complete Saigon shopping experience for much less money. Each market serves a different purpose, and shopping them in the wrong order or at the wrong time means paying tourist prices for lower quality goods. Start at Saigon Square for trendy clothes and accessories at affordable prices. Move to An Dong Market for traditional Vietnamese items and wholesale prices. Shop An Dong in the morning when vendors are eager to make their first sales. Finish at Ben Thanh for souvenirs and the historic atmosphere, where you can negotiate by starting at 50% of the asking price. Dedicate 4 to 5 hours across these 3 markets and you'll experience different aspects of Saigon's commercial culture while getting authentic goods at local prices. Up next is Cholon, where most tourists see Ho Chi Minh City as purely Vietnamese, but an entire district preserves centuries of Chinese culture and commerce that shaped modern Saigon. Cholon looks overwhelming to first-time visitors, with maze-like streets and seemingly chaotic mix of temples, markets, and traditional shops. Cholon and Binh Tay Market represent the Chinese-Vietnamese community that's been here for generations, maintaining traditions while adapting to Vietnamese culture. Built in the 18th century and reconstructed in 1991, Binh Tay Market offers wholesale prices and authentic Chinese-Vietnamese goods. Over 2,300 stalls across 30 sections sell everything from traditional herbal remedies to finely crafted jade jewelry. Spend 3 hours exploring both areas in the morning when temples are active and markets are fully stocked. You'll witness living cultural fusion that costs nothing but offers priceless insights into how communities preserve heritage while embracing change. Next budget spot is Tao Dan Park and the Saigon Zoo and Botanical Garden. Ho Chi Minh City's reputation for chaotic traffic and dense urban living makes visitors forget that locals have carved out peaceful green spaces for relaxation and exercise. These parks and gardens are completely free, but tourists often skip them, missing where Saigon residents actually unwind and socialize. Tao Dan Park's morning Tai Chi sessions bring elderly residents together at sunrise. Evening family gatherings fill the 10-hectare space with children playing and parents chatting. The Saigon Zoo and Botanical Garden, established in 1864, is Vietnam's oldest zoo with surprisingly affordable entry fees. These spaces function as community centers where you observe authentic local life, from elderly chess players to young couples on dates. Visit Tao Dan Park at sunrise for exercise activities and the zoo in late afternoon when animals are active. Spend 2 to 3 hours total for under $3 and experience how locals balance urban stress. The waterfront areas offer different perspectives on city life. Coming up next are Bac Dang Quay Park and Saigon Riverside Park. The Saigon River shaped this city's history, and today its banks offer free entertainment and stunning views that rival expensive river cruises. Most tourists pay for boat tours to see the river, not realizing that the best views and local atmosphere are available for free from the waterfront parks. Bac Dang Quay Park transforms into a social hub during evening hours. Street performers entertain crowds while food vendors sell local snacks. Families gather here to enjoy the cool river breeze after hot days. Saigon Riverside Park serves as a gathering place where locals exercise, fish, and watch the city's boat traffic while enjoying views of modern skyscrapers. Visit during sunset hours when both parks come alive with activity. Spend 2 hours here and you'll understand why the river remains central to Saigon's identity. These peaceful waterfront experiences connect perfectly with the spiritual sites that offer another form of local refuge. Our next budget spots are 6 temples that offer more than religious experiences. They're living museums of Vietnamese, Chinese, and Buddhist culture that welcome visitors without entry fees. Each temple serves different spiritual needs and communities, but tourists often visit randomly without understanding their unique significance and proper etiquette. The Jade Emperor Pagoda at 73 Mai Thi Lu features mystical atmosphere with dragon and phoenix sculptures, plus a turtle pond. And Quang Buddhist Temple offers meditation sessions for visitors. Quan Am Pagoda showcases beautiful Chinese architecture dedicated to the Goddess of Mercy. Zaloi Buddhist Temple holds historical significance from 1963 Buddhist demonstrations. Phap Hoa Buddhist Temple serves the local community daily. The Vietnamese National Buddhist Temple represents national importance for Vietnamese Buddhism. Plan temple visits between 8:11 a.m. when morning prayers occur. Spend 45 minutes at each temple and you'll experience spiritual diversity that shapes Vietnamese culture completely free. Next budget spot is Turtle Lake and Rainbow Bridge. In a city known for ancient temples and colonial architecture, these spots represent how modern Saigon creates new gathering spaces for its growing population. These locations look like simple urban planning, but they've become essential to how young Saigonese socialize and how families spend weekend time together. Turtle Lake transforms in the evening when food vendors arrive and couples gather. The area becomes an outdoor social club that costs nothing to join. Rainbow Bridge features colorful lights and pedestrian-friendly design that make it a popular photo spot and evening stroll destination for locals and visitors alike. Visit after 6 p.m. when both areas come alive with activity. Spend 2 hours people watching and enjoying street food, and you'll see how modern Vietnamese urban life unfolds. Another budget spot is Vinhomes Central Park. This upscale development might seem off-limits to budget travelers, but it offers free access to green spaces and modern amenities that showcase Saigon's rapid development. The contrast between this modern complex and traditional Saigon can be jarring, but it represents where the city is heading and offers insights into Vietnam's economic growth. The public areas, parks, and riverside walkways are open to everyone, providing air conditioning, clean restrooms, and Instagram-worthy views of the Saigon River. Free activities include walking paths, children's playgrounds, and observation areas that offer perspectives on both old and new Saigon. Visit during weekday afternoons when it's less crowded. Spend 1-2 hours here and you'll experience Vietnam's modernization firsthand while enjoying luxury amenities for free. Up next is Vien Street, which transforms from a quiet daytime thoroughfare into Southeast Asia's most affordable party destination after sunset. While it has a reputation as a tourist area, smart budget travelers know how to navigate Vien to find authentic experiences alongside the backpacker scene. The street evolves from early evening family dining to late-night international party zone. Beer prices start at $0.50, and street food vendors stay open until dawn. Look for bars where locals actually hang out instead of just tourist spots. Keep your belongings secure in crowded areas. Start your evening here around 7 p.m. for dinner, then experience the nightlife transformation. Spend 3 to 4 hours and $10 and $15 for a complete night out in Vietnam's party capital. This modern entertainment connects perfectly with the city's colonial architectural heritage. Next budget spot is the Colonial Heritage Triangle. 3 iconic buildings within walking distance tell the story of French colonial influence on Vietnam, and they're all free to admire and photograph. Most tourists rush through these sites for quick photos, missing the historical details and architectural significance that make them remarkable. The Saigon Central Post Office features intricate ironwork designed by Gustave Eiffel. Inside, you'll find Victorian-era wooden phone booths and historical maps on the walls. It still functions as a working post office today. Notre-Dame Cathedral's twin spires rise almost 60 meters above the city, built with red brick materials imported from France between 1877 and 1883. Ho Chi Minh City Book Street transformed colonial architecture into modern cultural space. Plan 2-3 hours in the morning when lighting is ideal and crowds are smaller. Up next is Ton Dinh Parish Church in District 3. This bright pink Catholic church stands out dramatically in Saigon's landscape, representing the unique way Vietnamese culture adapted and embraced French religious architecture. The church's unusual color and blend of European and Asian design elements make it seem almost surreal, but it serves an active Vietnamese Catholic community. Built in the 1870s, the church was repainted in vibrant pink in 1957. The distinctive color choice contributes to its unique visual appeal and sets it apart from other religious structures in the city. Visit in late afternoon when the pink walls glow in golden light. Spend 30 minutes here and you'll witness how Vietnamese culture transforms borrowed architectural styles into something uniquely local. Another budget spot on the list is the Cafe Apartment at 42 Nguyen Hue Street. Saigon's most Instagram-famous cafes are hidden inside what looks like a rundown apartment building, creating a vertical mall of coffee shops and creative spaces. The Cafe Apartment's exterior is so unremarkable that many visitors walk past it, not realizing they're missing one of the city's most innovative uses of urban space. Each floor offers different cafe experiences, from traditional Vietnamese coffee to modern fusion drinks, all within the same converted apartment building. Good Day Cafe features modern and contemporary interior design that's perfect for photos. Entrepreneurs transform residential space into creative commercial areas. Visit between 2 to 5 p.m. when all floors are open and lighting is perfect for photos. Spend 2 hours exploring different levels and you'll see how Saigon innovates within limited urban space. Next up is Independence Palace at 135 Nam Ki Khoi Nhia Street. This building witnessed the exact moment when the Vietnam War ended, and today visitors can walk through the rooms where crucial decisions shaped Southeast Asian history. The palace's 1960s architecture and preserved interiors create an eerie time capsule effect, as if the historical figures just stepped out of the room. You can explore the specific rooms where President Nguyen Van Thieu worked, the War Command Room with its maps and communication equipment, and the basement bunkers used during wartime. The exact spot where North Vietnamese tanks crashed through the gates in April 1975 is still visible today. Visit early morning when crowds are minimal. Spend 2 hours here for under $3, and you'll understand pivotal moments in Vietnamese history from inside the rooms where they happened. Next budget spot is the War Remnants Museum at 28 Va Van Ton. This museum presents the Vietnam War from a Vietnamese perspective, offering insights that American and European visitors rarely encounter in their home countries. The exhibits are emotionally challenging and sometimes graphic, but they provide essential context for understanding modern Vietnam and its relationship with the West. The outdoor courtyard displays period military vehicles and weapons including tanks and helicopters. Photography exhibitions show war's impact on civilians through images captured by photographers from both sides who lost their lives during the conflicts. Agent Orange effects documentation reveals long-term consequences that continue affecting Vietnamese families today. Plan 2-3 hours in the afternoon when you have emotional energy to process difficult content. The $2 entry fee provides education that expensive war tours cannot match. Coming up next is the Ho Chi Minh City Museum near Reunification Palace. While most visitors focus on Vietnam War history, this museum reveals thousands of years of Saigon's development, from ancient settlements to modern metropolis. The museum's colonial building and diverse exhibits show how many different cultures shaped this city, challenging simple narratives about Vietnamese history. Exhibits cover ancient Khmer settlements, Chinese immigration, French colonial development, and post-war reconstruction that created modern Ho Chi Minh City. You'll see artifacts showing daily life throughout different historical periods, revealing how ordinary people lived through extraordinary changes. The displays include village handicrafts, currency, trade items, and Saigon culture that most visitors never learn about. Visit midday when air conditioning provides relief from heat. Spend 1.5 hours here for minimal cost and gain comprehensive understanding of Saigon's complex cultural evolution. Next budget spot is the Governmental Grandeur Triangle featuring Ho Chi Minh City Hall, Saigon Opera House, and Dong Quoi Street. 3 magnificent buildings represent different aspects of Ho Chi Minh City's official identity: governmental power, cultural sophistication, and commercial elegance. These buildings are designed to impress and intimidate, but understanding their architectural messages reveals how the city presents itself to both citizens and visitors. Ho Chi Minh City Hall showcases French colonial administrative architecture at the northernmost end of Nguyen Huê Street. The Saigon Opera House was built in 1897 by French architect Eugène Ferret, with facade mirroring the Petit Palais in Paris. Dong Quoi Street evolved into luxury shopping with high-rises, upscale restaurants, and luxury boutiques. Plan an evening walk when buildings are illuminated and Dong Quoi comes alive. The last place on our list is Nguyen Huê Walking Street in District 1. This pedestrian boulevard transforms throughout the day from business thoroughfare to family playground to evening social center, offering free entertainment and people watching. What appears to be simple urban planning actually represents how Vietnamese cities create public spaces that serve multiple community functions simultaneously. Morning joggers and Tai Chi practitioners use the open space for exercise between 6 to 8 a.m. Afternoon brings families with children who play around the fountain and LED displays from 3 to 5 p.m. Evening couples and friend groups gather for social time from 7 to 9 p.m. when the area comes alive. Free events, performances, and festivals regularly take place here. Food vendors and cafes create a complete social ecosystem that serves an entire community's recreational needs completely free. These 22 experiences prove that authentic travel doesn't require a big budget. It requires curiosity, respect for local culture, and willingness to explore beyond tourist zones. You can eat Michelin-recognized street food, visit sacred temples, and experience real Vietnamese coffee culture for less than most people spend on a single restaurant meal back home. Use this guide to plan your own budget adventure in Ho Chi Minh City. The best travel experiences often cost the least because they connect you directly with local life and authentic culture. If this video helped you plan your trip, hit that like button and subscribe for more budget travel guides. Let me know in the comments which spot you're most excited to visit.